Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher Realms. Today we'll be working on an AoE DPS arena team. I want to share with you what the team is that I use. I'm a big fan of the Esoteria faction, and my team is built mainly off of that and Rage Regen. Anyways, without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so first off, let's just go ahead and look at the team here. This is my team. I go with Venoma, Comet, Boreas, Laurel, and Cyrene. I want to start with Cyrene and kind of explain what I'm doing with her quickly. This is kind of a full guide on what's going on with the arena team here. So most of the teams do have a cost regen kind of issue. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and use Cyrene. You can use Cyrene, Dalin, anybody that has cost regen, whatever you need to do. But she restores 12 cost immediately and applies crit rate increase to 2 allies within 2 tiles, lasting for 10 seconds. But that's about it. All she does is just keep giving you cost back, help you get your Boreas and your Comet out, get your Venoma out, get everything rolling. Now Comet, most of us know everything about Comet that there is to know. Obliteration Strike deals 4% extra high damage to enemies who have not been attacked. Also on his ult, he has a Take Attack, deals 4% AoE damage, lasting for 20 seconds. He also has the ability to apply a curse. Every 5 attacks, apply curse. Enemy target, the next attack to an enemy target with curse can trigger Obliteration Strike again. It just kind of keeps going and going. Upon killing a target, the hero's attack will bounce off to 2 enemy targets, dealing 160% magic damage. So when he's, takes out one target, you can just see it just like goes off like a chain reaction. They all kind of just pop. Now we'll go right over to Boreas right away. When attacking, there's a 10% chance to inflict a freeze, which lasts for 3 seconds. And Chilling Blow, when enemies are inflicted with freeze, they will also receive anti-healing. When attacking enemies inflicted with freeze, deals 40% extra damage. So when they're frozen, that's extra damage. The anti-healing isn't going to help us anything here. But Frozen Purification, when deployed, deals 180% magic damage to up to 10 enemies in wide range and inflicts freeze on them. This effect triggers one time every 15 seconds afterward. During Eternal Ice Haven, the skill's trigger interval is reduced by an extra 9 seconds. On the ult, activates Eternal Ice Haven and increases damage by 175%. Each attack will reduce the trigger interval of the next Frozen Purification by 1 second. This effect lasts for 25 seconds, so our Eternal Ice Haven is when an ally inflicts freeze on an enemy, deals extra damage ranging from 300 to 900% based on the freeze duration. The damage reaches its maximum when the freeze duration reaches 3 seconds. This effect has a 1.5 second cooldown. He has this like Eternal Ice Haven, so look, watch it up here on the screen here. He's gonna freeze him, shards are gonna come down and hit him. Just does a load of damage besides the fact that it's doing a nice amount of slows too. Now Laurel's in there for putting her down and picking her up, just like you always use Laurel. The Invigoration set isn't extremely important, it's just there on her because that's what she's always wearing. She doesn't need to be wearing anything, to be honest with you. But, just really quickly, I want to show how these guys are geared, and I'm going to start with Boreas. Boreas is in an Ageless Wrath set with a pure attack bonus, so attack bonus for crit rate, crit damage, attack speed on all 3 pieces, all the way down. A little bit of Rage Regen, and then Warlord on the left side with attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage on both the weapon and the breastplate. And the breastplate even has a little bit of flat attack extra on there. He is coming in at 20.9k attack, almost 21k attack, and 326 crit damage. And that will go up to 356 crit damage with the Aegis Wrath set. Very formidable. Tier Twilight, always on the mages, especially if they're there for damage. They need to do a lot of extra damage, and they're going against high defense targets. So he's going to be coming in with just an immaculate amount of attack. That's the best way to go with these mages. It's just pure attack, in my opinion, when it comes to arena. So for Boreas on mine, there's nothing really special here going on for the awakenings except for the A1, which is during the ultimate, the trigger chance of the hero's talent increases by 40%, which is that Eternal Ice Haven. But at Awaken 3, Frozen Purification's damage is up by 50%. I think Awaken 5 is an ultimate duration of plus 10 seconds. It's a big deal. It's like bringing him right back to what he was pre-nerf. Should be really nice to have, but I haven't pulled a Boreas in a long time. I got these all on his first banner when he came out. But Comet is a different story. Comet is Awakened 4. I actually sold some legendaries to pick an extra Comet up in the shop just to unlock this, which increases the ultimate's attack range. Essentially, he's able to pick off all those enemies where I put him. He'll pick up all those enemies in the corner. He can even kind of keep up with Ingrid for a short while. They kind of run into some trouble when we get to the point where later on in the fight, like phase like 7 or 8, but their ult's not coming back fast enough. But otherwise, they can do a pretty darn good job against Ingrid teams. And I haven't really played around with Arena a little bit, so maybe when I showcase this, I'll find out that they don't. But we'll see. The Awakened 4 is just Rage Regen Auto +1, which is also helpful, of course. A Comet is the same kind of build. Attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, Rage Regen. Attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, attack speed. Same kind of story all the way through. Attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage. Same thing. You want to go Warlord left side, Aegis Wrath on the right side, or you could use Soul of Arcana as well. Soul of Arcana works really well too. I just like to use Aegis Wrath because then that damage is just going right away. And it seems to work really well in the arena with the mages. And I also have Venoma actually geared. And I have pulled 3 of her, so she's Awakened 2. There's nothing really special going on there. Enemies affected by Hex cause 50% AoE damage upon death, so if she hexes them, they'll also put out a little bit extra damage, just like when Comet's executing them as well. And then on the Awakened 2, his attack plus 5%, but it increases faction team members' penetration by 5%. I guess that's a pretty big deal, but it is only 5%. You'll see that it's not going to make or break us. But as far as gear goes, she is in a Soul of Arcana set. I'm limited by Aegis Wrath. I don't have 3 sets, but it's the same kind of thing. Attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, attack speed. Same thing. Attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, flat attack. Same thing here. Same thing here. And same thing here. On the artifact though, I went with a title ring. Another tier of Twilight might be better, but I like this idea of having a chance of slowing them in case they're running into trouble in the last few waves of enemies coming down. Dealing damage is a 45% chance of slowing down the target by 50% for 2 seconds. I mean, it's like almost 50-50 chance, right? I'll take it. It's not gonna hurt us, so. She also does get a damage increase, but really, Comet and Boreas are doing most of the work anyways, so. Alright, let's go into a test run. See if we can't set this up properly. I believe I have it the way I want it to go. Now the first thing that I want to do, put down Cyrene, and I usually put her right here. Don't have to worry about that crit rate increase, everybody's crit capped, so it doesn't really matter. So if her rage is going to boost up there he goes. We're right up to 16. 17, 18, 19, then we're going to put Boreas out on the field. Here he comes. We're going to activate him right as soon as we can. There we go. Might not take those guys down. It really depends on the BP you're going against. But that's okay because he has this nice splash damage anyway, so he's going to be able to do it. There you go. With that BP, if you ask me, I think it's a big deal, or it really depends on your team. There is heroes that can easily take down these other BP heroes, but or these other BP teams, but in this case, it's very safe if your BP is really high to always kind of fight an enemy that has the same kind of BP as you. But sometimes you can't tell, especially when you get out like Overlord. But if you're usually winning your fights, it's usually a BP check, honestly. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put down Laurel, and we're just gonna pick her up immediately. Try to get some rage back for Boreas, where these enemies come in. This is where like Ingrid would have the advantage. She probably would already wipe them out. We're gonna wait just a bit. We'll activate now. Comet's gonna start beating on him, and then Boreas will finish him off. 385k damage. It's good damage, man. Okay, now I'm gonna kind of let Boreas do his thing for a moment. Now I'm gonna go ahead and activate Comet. Try to take out this wave up here. There you go. Good damage. Got about 19 more seconds on Laurel. We're doing alright still. The problem with timing this defense like this is that their ults can like go across over each wave, and if your enemy that you're going up against, if his ults doesn't do that, or if he's a little slower, a little faster, what'll happen is your ults won't take care of the next wave like you thought they would. I'm going to place down Laurel again, pick her up, you activate Boreas, and also Comet should be ready for the next wave. Gonna let Boreas do his work for a little bit. Hopefully he can take down this first group. I think that he can. And I'm gonna activate Comet. Start taking these guys down. There you go, Comet. Get him. Get him. As you can see, that extra range that he gets up into this corner, so he can take out that whole wave. There you go. Round 1, I beat nobody. Now this is where things can kind of get a little dicey. Gotta make it like 10 more seconds to get Laurel out and activate some ults and do some damage here. Hopefully they can hold on. Probably will not, but that is okay because Boreas has a really wide range. I'm gonna go ahead and put her down, activate Boreas right away. We lost Irene, but that doesn't matter, we don't need her. As you can see, Boreas did take care of them guys over there. I love these two. They're like my dream team. There you go. That's it. Now, we'll test it out, of course. Offense, defense, upload. It's always so you can update your defenses like that, but I kind of do suggest that you go against real teams. If you have a really good fight against somebody, updating your defenses that way seems to be better. Okay, so we have some tough teams to deal with here. So as far as I'm concerned, there's 3 top meta teams. The first one is going to be any team with Ingrid. Whatever team anybody has like sorted out to get their Ingrid out and doing a lot of damage, that team is going to be extremely dangerous to take on. This team just doesn't seem to quite cut it. The next team is going to be any team like this here with Valkyra and Ardia, and obviously that one even has a Hatsuit in it. This team is also extremely dangerous. It's a very strong team. It is probably a good competitor for an Ingrid team. I haven't been able to actually work out how I would use those guys in that kind of team yet, but I prefer to use these guys. But here's another team: Valderon, Ingrid, Ajax, Cyrene, and Eloin. These are crazy teams. But I actually have never tried to take on a Valdi Ardia team with Hatsuit before, and I am kind of curious if that's gonna kind of smoke me or not. So let's find out. I will not use the auto battle because I'm not sure that timing is gonna work properly. Probably won't. Make sure that we're in 1 speed. All right, Cyrene. Right away. Wouldn't that be bad if I go and lose the first fight? It's quite possible. Quite possible. You never know what you're gonna see when you get in there. And Valderon is an extremely wicked hero. Boreas down, activated ultimate right away. We lost the round, I'm not surprised. That's actually pretty typical, even on rounds that he does usually win. But he can be kind of stupid sometimes about activating. There he goes. Go ahead and get Comet down. Activate Comet right away as well. Alright, take him down quickly. We need as much time as we can get. As Valderon gets in the groove, we're kind of in trouble here. Ardia too. But yeah, they kind of set him down here, and they'll have Ardia reaching all the way across here. And I'm pretty certain at some point Valk is going to come out as well. Well, there wasn't a Valk on this team, but probably doesn't need him. Right, so we're still in the ult. That might let us get these guys taken care of, I'm not sure. Yep, there you go, look at that. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want, just in time. just in time. So we're gonna go ahead and place down Laurel this time, but I'm gonna try to activate her ult a little bit and let them hang until they catch up here. Or if they catch up. Kind of surprised here. Nope, they didn't catch up. That was it. You can see that Comet in that corner is really vicious. Not as vicious as Ingrid anywhere on the map, but it's vicious. We'll do another one. Because why not? Let's try out this W Zhang, Carnelian, Ardia, Bulk, Atsuit, and a Hars. Let's see what's going on here. 430k BP. It's nothing too crazy. You can beef it up a little bit by putting out Eloin instead of Laurel, but I don't know. I don't think it's fast enough personally, in my opinion. Alright, so we're just gonna wait. First round is always kind of sketchy. People like to put out Hatsuit. People like to put out other heroes first. And we kind of just give this one up. I don't usually just lose it right away anyways. Come on, Boreas, do your job, take him out. And he will, he always does. You just have to lose that first chunk. After that, you're dangerous. Here we go. See, we're dangerous. Look at that. It's kind of like the first couple rounds are really strong. But then after that, it gets a little sketchy. That's what kind of goes on here. Hatsuit gonna pop those guys? Guess not. See, he made it down a test run, and his Hatsuit with his BP probably took those two guys out. That's why I say you should go up against like a hard team and try to get your Hatsuit going, or maybe they didn't because she just activated right there, and that was their plan anyways. Go ahead and activate Laurel just a little bit here, and then I'll pick her up. Doesn't really make any sense to not. Alright, so here we go. I'm gonna activate Boreas. Get Venoma out on the field. And we are just gonna let this one kind of wander through. Not about winning every match, every round here. But we did win that one. The surprise again. Okay, there you go. Valk's going. Valk's an ult, so we're gonna go ahead and activate Comet right away. This group coming in. He's gonna pop those guys and get a chain reaction. You kind of see that going on. Awesome. A3 Comet is just vicious. I love it. We have Venoma over here doing whatever Venoma's doing. She's just... I figure whatever damage she brings along is great. She's bringing a nice rage regen with them. See what she kind of does here. These guys are about to move in. I think we will see it. Just send out a burst. There it goes. Let's see what kind of damage that does. Doesn't really pay attention. Come on now. There you go. Well, she cursed them. Oh, whatever. I don't know what happened. Apparently she didn't do much damage. Well, we're kind of in trouble here. I'm gonna go ahead and get down Laurel. Pick her up. Activate Boreas. We're in trouble. Boreas, do it. There we go. Oh man, that was nonsense. See, like that Valk team and Ardia over there, that's a tough team. I do have the heroes for that. I don't have a Valderon though. I could do it without Valderon. I'm not gonna upload that. I think we could beat this team. I think we can. I'll try again. I'll try one more time, and I'm gonna kind of leave you with that, and then hopefully if you have this squad, you can kind of work something out with it. It's all about timings, and Plat 3 and Overlord is getting really tough now. I will tell you that right off the bat. This team back in the day was almost untouchable. But it's kind of getting overran by the whole, like a lot of it's like the Valk Ardia thing. Then you get into Overlord and it's all Ingrid, of course. Okay, we've already got them down. Good job, Hatsuit. Good job. Good job. Alright. Okay, come on. Activate it. Sometimes it gets a little finicky, that Comet. Or that Boreas, I mean. Go ahead and get Comet going. Insta-death. 200k across the board. And the extra explosions when one of them dies. There's no way anybody survives that. Looking kind of like we have one guy's real low on health. He'll blow up. Kill the next guy, he'll blow up. And he just keeps going. And if some of them get cursed, it gets even worse. Executions. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna put her down, pick her up. Take advantage of that time so she can do it again sooner this time around. That was my bad. I should have probably put her down sooner before. I'm doing a little work over here already. Go ahead and hold Comet's ult. Strategize a little bit differently this time. We will activate it when the next round comes in, and hopefully we can take them out faster than our opponents. Here we go. Look at that chain reaction of damage, man. I just love it. Now the hope is here that they take these guys out pretty quickly, and then I'm ready for the next wave with a little bit of damage from Comet. A little bit, not to take them all out. And he's doing just that. A little bit of chain reaction though. There you go. Now we just need to use Boreas to finish him off. They won the round. Oh, we're ready for round 6 this time. I'm not going down. There we go. Go ahead and use Comet again. We did lose Cyrene, but Cyrene doesn't really matter too much. Especially when you get to this height. 30 seconds for Laurel. Oof, they're struggling with these guys. Look at them. Tough. Tough, tough, tough. That's a struggle. I think we're losing. That's a loss. It's not enough damage. Isn't that insane? I think it's insane. There's not really much I can do about it. It's a stronger team. The team that I'm showcasing is a very strong team as well. Like I said, the Ardia Valkyra team is going to be above the Boreas Comet teams for the most part. And then the Ingrid teams are going to be above that yet. So there is like different kind of meta teams that are using. It's not all the same, but when you do get into Overlord, it ends up being almost all Ingrid, and it kind of sucks. Like Plat 2 and Plat 3 are pretty fun. You run into like a diverse kind of setup of teams. And then Plat or Overlord or higher, you're just kind of running into all Ingrid. And if you don't have Ingrid, you're not going to be there anyways for very long. You could probably kind of pick your fights a little bit better, which I could too. I could kind of like keep refreshing here and try to find something that I could probably take on here. Like this team here, I could probably wreck them. This Ardia Hatsuit team, I could probably take them as well. Ingrid team, probably not. That's Ingrid, Hatsuit, and Valk. That's probably not going to happen. I will refresh again. Show another squad of teams. See, like there's teams I could pick on. But I was trying to showcase, you know, how difficult it is with certain teams. And that was like one of the meta teams. Here's an Ingrid Praetus team with Ardia and Sadie. Not really sure what the Sadie thing's about. That's kind of odd. Maybe one of those guys ended up having a really hard time staying alive. It must be Ardia. But you'd think he'd bring somebody else. Ajax is getting really popular in Arena. He's hard to get out, but If you can keep things going until the later rounds and you can get him out, he's really good. He brings down, he's got drop defense. He has a lot of burns. If you have his exclusive artifact, his burns are forever. It's really good. And of course, Valderon, he just does a ton of damage. But some of these teams down here were probably very easy to do with this Boreas Comet team. Anyways, as you can see, there's not really, I mean, I could bring in some kind of freeze. I could probably bring in like a Mari, maybe try to drop Laurel and bring in Mari. I'm not really sure, but this is the team that always works the best for me when it comes to AoE DPS. It gets me right into that flat 3 Overlord bracket where I'm sitting right now. And then I have a harder time kind of pushing further. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for the video for today. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, join the Discord if you need any advice, or maybe you even have some advice. I'd be happy to hear what you have to say. You can also leave a comment down on the YouTube video. It's perfectly fine with that. I like to watch them and respond when I can. But anyways, that's it for the video. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep digging.